To start your Fauve animals or wild beasts, I want you to do some sketching. So I'm going to draw out a couple boxes on my paper. And I'm going to use these to draw 4 different animals, or maybe 4 of the same animal. So the first one I'm going to draw is a dog. A lot of people have dogs at home and like dogs. I'm going to start my dog by drawing an oval, kind of egg shape, that's longer than it is tall. On top of that, I'm going to add a semicircle. And then right here in the middle, I'm going to put an upside down triangle for my dog's nose. I'm going to drop down a straight line down from the point, and I'm going to draw a little curve or hook that connects up with my oval. Little curve. And then I'm going to darken out that oval and add a little exaggerated curve here. Now I have my dog's muzzle complete. From the top of my semicircle, I'm going to add a wavy line that comes down and wraps back up. I'm going to have kind of a hound dog. So he's got long ears. And then in the center here, I'm going to give him some oval eyes. And here is the pupil. Give it a little highlight in there. I'm going to color that in. And how about some eyebrows for him too? And now, a little zigzag on the top for the top of his head. And you have a dog. The next animal that I want to do is an elephant. So elephants kind of have these square heads. So I'm going to start out with a square, and their ears are also kind of rectangular or square-like. So I'm going to add 2 kind of rectangles. Notice the bottom is wider than the top. I'm going to give him some eyes over here on the side. I know he looks a little robotic right now. And then how about the trunk coming out? And his trunk is going to kind of wrap back. So it's going to go around, back up, and then in like he's eating a piece of peanut or something. And add some lines to the trunk. I'm going to give him some highlights in his eyes here. Color and everything around it. Some eyebrows. And then I'm going to round out his ears. And give him some tusks too. So there is my sketch for an elephant. Another animal I want to do is a cow. So I'm going to start my cow the same I did my dog. I'm going to draw an oval. I'm going to add 2 straight lines coming up from the oval. And at the end of each of those straight lines, I'm going to add some curves. Then I'm going to draw an S line that goes above the curve, like that. Here I'm going to add the cow or the bull's horns. And then I'm going to do a little zigzag line for the top of his head. For his eyes, I'm going to draw 2 greater than or less than signs, kind of Pac-Man shapes, because then I'm going to connect them with curves. So now they become Pac-Man, and I'll color those in. For his nose, I kind of want to do comma or apostrophe shapes. I think of them like the shape of the number 6 too. And then I just color in and make it a little wider. And we'll give him a nice curve for his mouth. Add some little curves on the side. And then 1 more for his mouth here. If you want, you can do a C shape inside with the C shape and connect it for a tongue. And we'll darken up that line and maybe repeat this shape on the inside, this raindrop shape on the inside for his ears. and then body, and of course, if you want a spotted cow, you can add some spots too. So there's a simple cow. The last I'm going to do is a monkey, which again starts with an oval. I'm going to add a nice big curved line, arch shape, or semicircle. Right where that semicircle connects, I'm going to draw my monkey's ears, and I'm going to add some little sixes inside of him for the inside of his ears. Starting with the bottom oval, I'm going to draw a line that comes up, and it's going to make a big M, or kind of like McDonald's arch. Doesn't matter if they're perfectly the same size. Inside I'm going to add two ovals. I'm going to draw a small circle at the top of each and color in the remaining area for that. I'm going to give him a kind of sideways C shape for his nose, and two colored in circles inside. And then just like the cow's mouth, I'm going to give him a big smile, two little curves on the end, and add another curve in there. Make him a little more monkey-like. I'm going to give him some of that zigzag fur, a couple places, and again maybe some eyebrows to make him cute, and of course his body, and maybe he's got a banana. Here too. And there's my monkey. Okay, so there's four animals that I've sketched. I'm going to use my dog for my final. So I'm going to move on to my final paper, and I'm going to draw my dog again, but make it really large. So I'm going to make this much larger than I did in my sketch. So that means my oval has to be really big and almost fill my page. I'm drawing this lightly till I get it right. Draw light till you get it right. I'm going to add that semicircle on top. Now you can see I've almost filled my entire page. The middle, I'm going to add that upside down triangle here, and I've rounded the edges. I don't want the edges to be sharp. And if I go above the oval a little bit, that's helpful too. There's my nose for my dog. I'm going to draw a line that goes straight down, and then it curves out till it gets to the edge of the oval. Curves out till it gets to the edge of the oval. Then I can darken up that line for the oval because I know where it goes. Darken that up. Darken this one up too. And then in the middle here, I'm going to add 3 dots. Of course, you could do more than 3 too, if you'd like. Now I've gone a little overboard. And then I'm going to give his little chin right here. Starting from the top of the semicircle, I'm going to draw a wavy line that waves down below his ears, and then it curves and wraps back up to his muzzle. Here's another one, wavy line down, and then curve back up to his muzzle. For his eyes, I'm going to give him some nice big eyes, and he's going to have some eyelids, so I'm going to do a semicircle above him. Notice how the semicircle is a little wider than the bottom semicircle. He's got some tired eyes. And then I'm going to do another curved line or U shape here. And into that U shape, I'm going to draw a small circle in the corner, and then give a value or darkness to his eyes. And a nice kind of long eyebrow. Top, I'll turn it into a zigzag line. And then I'm going to darken in this line here and this line here. And I have my dog drawn. I'm gonna give his body here. I'm gonna add a curve here and a curved line here. Notice I left a space in between because I'm gonna draw the letter C in the belly of the letter D, and I'm gonna connect them for the dog tag. From there, I'm gonna draw two vertical lines on each side that go up and connect the top, and that's for his collar. And I'll honor this dog with the name Lottie and a heart on each end. Okay, so there is my drawing. After you get done with the drawing, it's time to start adding in your colors. I'm gonna use oil pastels. Now, just like the Fauve artists, I'm not gonna be coloring my dog traditional colors. I'm gonna use really kind of wild colors for my dog. So I've grabbed out some unnatural dog colors. The last one I'm gonna get is a red and an orange. I'm thinking a lot about complementary colors as well, so I might be placing colors next to each other that are complementary. Why don't I just go ahead and start off by doing a light blue. I'm going to trace this area first with light blue. I don't want to have too large of a contrast here. Personally, I don't. So I'm going to do a somewhat similar color of green next to it. Now I'm going to color this area in. So my Fauve animal is complete. Some color themes that I used in my picture are light colors. I used some blues and greens as well as some blue greens here and here. You notice that on this side I used a blue where I have an orange ear, and over here I have a green with a red ear. So these are complementary pairs and these are complementary pairs. I also added some texture by using my fingernail to scratch away some oil pastel. Obviously that won't work with marker or colored pencil, but it would work with crayon. So you can add in some textures to your picture. Way to make a highlight too. You can scratch away to the paper to add in some interesting things. Enjoy your Fauve portrait. Can't wait to see it. Bye-bye.